why the illusion of the ego is so precious. As I'm standing right now, right here, taking a walk and just contemplating the current moment, I'm noticing that there is a battle between, there is a, there's a drive in my being to choose, to make the best choice, to make the best choice possible. And this is what we all do. We move towards what's best for us, or at least we move towards what we think is best for us. And this is the motivational mechanism that works the same for everyone. We move towards what we think it's useful for us, and we move away from what we think it's not useful for us. Now, if you've read so far, it means that you believe that there is something that might be useful for you right here in this article. So the motivation is always going to be the same for everyone. You are either going to go away from something using being afraid that something that you don't want might happen, or moving towards something that you love. The trick here is how many possibilities does your system see at every moment? Like when you wake up, for example, in the morning, what is the first thing that comes through your mind? Because, for example, if the first thing is to take your phone and browse, see your notifications and whatever else, that means that your system sees that as the most bright possibility, as the most bright choice, as the most obvious choice. And basically, that is because of the previous choices. Sometimes we choose that, but some people choose something else. For example, some people choose to take a few moments with themselves. And this is a funny story. When I was a child, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, I don't know, something like that. First thing that I was doing in the morning, I was just sitting, you know, like in a meditation state. Like someone looked at me, they would see someone, I don't know, just sitting, not doing anything. So I was natively doing that when I was very, very small, when I was a child. And I forgot about that at some point in my life. The beauty in spending a little bit of time with yourself in the morning is that you give yourself the chance to see more possibilities. You give yourself the time for your brain to start to take in more of the day, to take in more of what you can do during that day. and to actually make a choice, you know, to actually set expectations for the day. And even more importantly, it gives you a chance to connect with your inner being. When you spend time meditating, for example, because of that silence, of course, if you manage to be silent, you will get this profound feeling of connection, of inner connection with your whole being. And it's when the silence kind of occupies your mind, is when that connection is obvious. And is when you will start to feel inspired and you will hear and get ideas that are coming from a higher place. But the trick here is at each and every moment, how can we make it so we are drawn to something that is constructive for us? And the fact is that we are always drawn to something that is constructive to us. Without an exception, we are either going to move away or go towards what we love. But the trick here is that it's not a matter of choice. It's not a matter that it's not a problem of your system making the right choice, but it's a matter of your awareness and how many possibilities do you see in your awareness. And this is where it gets very interesting. For example, right now, as I'm just recording this blog post, I can become aware, I can choose to become aware, for example, of where I am. I can be aware of my house, I can be aware of my car, I can see my car, I can see the trees outside my window, I can see the hills, I can see houses. And as I'm doing that, as I'm looking around, I'm opening my awareness to the present moment. And as I'm doing that, and as I'm looking around my room, as I'm looking at my chair, my desk, my computer, the flowers that I have, as I'm looking at the couch, as I'm being aware of the ground, and as I'm being aware of the planet that is supporting me right now, I'm opening up new possibilities. I'm opening up a new awareness. And as I'm doing that, I will start to feel very grounded and very connected and very present through the simple act of opening myself up to what's around me. This doesn't take long. This is actually something that you can do in just a minute or two. But as more as you do it, as more grounded you'll feel. And amazingly, this is what's going to get you connected also with your inner being. Because this is also an awareness that you can have. You can have this awareness of only what you are wanting to achieve and not having the awareness of the present moment of what is happening right now. But that is not going to make you feel too good. When you start to have this awareness of what's going on around you, what's looking around, seeing the world, feeling the support from the planet, this is what gets you very grounded because you see the planet and everything around you exists. It's real. And because it's real, it's powerful. It exists. And there is an immense creative power behind it. Behind the trees, behind the grass, behind the rocks and the clouds. There is creation, and there is this energy of creation that as you get in touch with it, you will start to feel it also. And here is where I wanted to kind of talk about, wanted to talk about your inner being, because there is our ego and there is our inner being. There is a duality here, which not very often we are aware of it. The ego in itself is a priceless illusion that we all have. And the ego says something like, I'm separate from the world, and I need to use the past in order to create my future. I'm saying that it's a beautiful illusion because without this illusion, I would not be able to enjoy the feeling of oneness, the feeling of love, the experience of unconditional love that is right now in every tree, in every house, and everything around me. Opening up to being aware of your ego as a priceless darkness that is allowing you to see the light, is going to expand your awareness and is going to make it so easy for you to choose who you really are. Because you see, the ego promotes separation, and the opposite of that is oneness. Oneness, where there is no separation between me and you. There is no separation between the trees I see in front of me and myself. There is no separation from the planet and myself. It's all one. I am all one with everything. And this becomes so clear in contrast with the ego. The ego says there is past and there is future. The present moment is only the connection between past and future. The opposite of that is there is no past, there is no future. There is only now, and all the power is right here, right now, available to you each and every moment. Thank you. Thank you for listening.